And therefore, Katrina, I have to say, you're fired.
Dear.
Here she is,
Dear, oh
Katrina
dear.
Campins. You know what? I knew between the two of you, he was going to cut Amy some slack. She'd had such success to that point, right? You'd already been in the boardroom before.
Exactly. I had been there previously, but also Amy was perceived to be an all-star because everyone had chosen her to go back and forth.
Right.
So they had actually proved to Mr. Trump that she was an all-star.
You disagree with that, though? I
completely disagree with that. And in fact, I think she was casted with a certain objective in mind. She was casted as the golden girl. So she got credit for things that she did, but she also got credit for things we all did. On the other hand, I was casted with a certain objective. And
what would that be, Katrina?
I don't know. What could it
Katrina?
possibly be? And unfortunately, that did not allow for other aspects of my personality to be seen. It also did not allow for the reason why I was there and why I was one of the last remaining to show. I sold the most amount of paintings, 8 total, 7 of which were to women. I sold the most amount of water. It was actually my idea to sell advertising in the back of the rickshaw. Amy simply repeated exactly what I had to say and got credit for it.
Because the video showed Amy with the idea.
You think that the editing skewed almost everything, it sounds like you're saying.
It did. It's amazing what happened in that editing room. Do I resent Amy because of it? No, because she has no control over it the same way I have no control over the way that I was perceived.
Let's go there on the sex appeal issue.
Yes.
Let's call it as it is. I mean, do you resent it? Do you deny it? I mean, we're going to show some past memories here from past episodes. Come on, you were playing this card all the way, right?
Okay, this is what it is. I never gave my phone number or gave kisses out. However, what I do agree with is that women feel, in the business world, I think at times feel a certain need to conform to a certain mold. And what they don't realize is they have a distinct advantage over any man if they're able to strike a delicate
look what
balance.
you're doing here. You're dancing.
Dancing in the jewelry store.
But that's flirting. I mean, that's dancing, and I don't sell in my business, residential real estate. I don't use sex or miniskirts.
You don't dance when you're selling a condo.
No, and I don't use sex to sell to families. Most of the women, the women are the primary decision makers in my industry, so I can't be seen as a threat to them. Otherwise, I won't be successful.
I say this with all due respect.
Okay.
But the things you wore, the things you wore on the Today Show this morning, very suggestive, very revealing. I mean, we've gotten a lot of emails from viewers who, yes, women want to be sexy, women want to be appealing, but the impression is that that was your primary way of getting ahead.
Which
yes,
is,
no?
No, and I admit to a certain that I embrace my femininity, and I agree with it.
But look what you're wearing now. The skirt is like up here.
But what did Amy wear in the boardroom last night?
Well, I agree. I don't think it's just you.
It's the same thing. And I embrace my femininity. There's no reason why you can't be sexy and be smart as well. And I get the biggest, what's most gratifying to me is actually walking into a room full of men and they form an opinion about me before I even open my mouth, and then landing it and actually negotiating better than they do. I crave it.
Yes, they do. So anyway.
You're a good sport, by the way. You're a very
Thank you.
very good sport.
All in all, you have to laugh about it because it's
all I can say is I'm the luckiest man in America right now. Let's go to the last night's episode where
you'd be luckier if you were sitting here.
You're in Atlantic City. The idea was to bring in as many gamblers and high rollers as you possibly could. Talk about the competition there last night. It was. You both did very well, by the way.
I don't think we did very well at all.
$105,000, what you guys brought in.
But we actually negotiated a $300 car rental. I should say Amy negotiated a $300 car rental. What big roller is going to wait around for?
Do you really think that car dealer would have allowed you to give a car away?
He assured me. I want to remind you that Chrysler's our sponsor.
I noticed that last night during the show.
So the manager, Bob, actually reassured me over the phone, so I didn't use sex to sell, that he would give me a car. He wasn't going to give me his Crossfire, his hot new car, but he said he would give me a PT Cruiser. Fine.
You have to admit, though, a rental, non-starter.
Horrible. And then when it came to the boardroom, she actually didn't take blame for it. Well, she's the first to actually talk up her successes, but the last to take credit for her failures. So I was a bit surprised, and I didn't want to compromise my integrity to make her look bad.
You enjoyed the experience, though, overall.
Oh, God, it was a great experience. On a personal level, I've made great friendships. Eric and I are really close. And I'm really close, regardless of what you see on my personal interviews, with most of the contestants. A couple I won't be inviting over for dinner anytime soon.
We can probably guess.
Yes, you could probably guess who.
We'll read about it in the book.
I'm sure you will. But it was an investment in my mind, and I was able to learn from the best. Look how many people are waiting in line to actually get onto Apprentice 2 because they want to learn from him.
5 left. 4 men and a babe. What's with Nick and Amy? Now, I'm hearing Amy say, yeah, there's a crush that Nick has on her, but she has no crush on him. You feel that Nick doesn't have a crush on her. What's going on there?
Well, my opinion on the situation, and I was actually the matchmaker, which led to my demise.
You brought
in the
them
end.
together.
I brought
Right,
them
exactly.
together.
Did you guys
So,
share this bed in here?
I think that Amy thinks that Nick has a crush on her, but
So Nick,
Nick
where
is
are you
5 steps ahead of Amy. He's actually playing her like a book.
Really?
And I think that it will be interesting once you see, how it all comes about.
like a
I
book.
don't really know
Yes,
how
and-
what I think about Nick.
So these people that are lining up to be on Apprentice 2, what do you tell them? What's the advice?
Be yourself and be charismatic. I think a lot of people that are auditioning, from what I've heard from the casting producer, is that they're trying to be either the next Sam or the next
next
Heidi
Katrina
or
or
the next
whoever.
Katrina,
Right,
and that's
right.
a problem. They don't want us again. They want a completely different cast with different dynamic.
But what's the personality type that works? Is it somebody who's just going to...
Obviously, someone that causes controversy.
Well,
That's
yeah.
outspoken. I mean, you have to be smart, but I think all in all, you have to stand out. And I think sometimes people are trying a little too hard. I think that's another complaint that the producers are.
How is your life different now? I mean, obviously you're on national television, but how is your life fundamentally different than it was before?
The support that I've received from everybody is phenomenal. I also think that it's escalated on a business level. It's escalated my real estate career to, I mean, it's unbelievable what it's done. And I've been able to learn from the best, like I mentioned before. Also, I've been approached by different companies, considering the amount of screen time my legs and hair received, for possible endorsements from cosmetic companies and razor companies and cell phone companies. So
Is this a great country or what?
so hopefully I'll be able to pursue these opportunities. Meanwhile, I'd still want to continue with real estate because I think that's what I do best.
Who knows? We'll have you on to talk about a possible housing bubble
There you
next.
go.
know?
Definitely, I would love it.
It's been a great delight having you, Katrina. Thanks.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Katrina.
My pleasure.
Katrina Campins from the original Apprentice joining us in studio today.
Well, speaking of jobs, coming up, if you think that your job might be the next